Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing an anti-haul or an anti-haul. I've been seeing this going around a lot on YouTube and I love watching these just because I love to see, what people don't want to buy just as much as I love to see what they do like to buy. So I made a list of products that I do not plan on purchasing and I'm going to give you my reasons why. So if you guys want to see what products that I will not buy that are on my anti-haul list, make sure you keep on watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hit your notification bell so you are notified every time I upload. I do upload every week, and check out my Instagram, my TikTok. If you want to, they are here on the page as well as down below in the description bar. Let's jump into this anti-haul. So the first product here, some of these screenshots are from Sephora's website and some of them are from Trend Mood's Instagram page. The first one here is the Patrick Ta Major Dimension Eyeshadow Palette. Now I do think this is a beautiful palette, I want to say that, but honestly for $68 you can get these colors much cheaper. I do really like the neutrals and the warm tones, and the shimmers do look like the payoff is really good, but honestly for me I just don't think paying $68 is really that worth it. I have a lot of more affordable palettes that have insane pigment, so for me I don't feel the need to go out and spend $68 on an eyeshadow palette when you can get the same quality, if not sometimes better, with more affordable eyeshadow palettes, if that makes sense. So for me this is a pass. The next product here, this is from Charlotte Tilbury. This is their Instant Look All Over Face palette, their Look of Love collection. Now when I saw this, I was just like, okay, I understand the concept behind this, like I get the idea behind it, but personally, I don't know, me and face palettes really don't get along. I would rather have each product be separate than be in one whole palette, if that makes sense. And this only has, it looks like 3 eyeshadow palettes, and you do get a powder in a bronzer and a blush, and I think a highlighter, but for $75, like that is absurd. I feel like these pan sizes are very small. Even the bronzer and the powder, I know that they're tall, but they're still very small. I feel like with face brushes, they're not going to fit in these small spots. So for me, I just feel like it's really not worth it if it's not convenient. If I have a brush and I can't fit it in the pan, to me that's just inconvenience, and I would rather just not even use that product. I've tried other face palette products before and I don't like them. I would rather have, a foundation, concealer, powder, like everything just be separated. So for me, I'm gonna have to pass on this, and honestly they only have 2 colors here, and truthfully these 2 colors are not going to be enough for all skin types. Like the bronzer in both of these, or the highlighter or powder or blush, like it's not going to work for all skin tones. So this is not diverse at all, so again, I would not purchase this. And this is no shade to any of the companies. I want to say that this is no shade to any of these brands. This is just products from the brand that I don't want to buy. It doesn't mean I'm not going to buy products from the brand ever. It's just these specific products I don't feel the need to purchase. The next product, this is from Rare Beauty. This is the Blot and Glow Touch-Up Kit. Now I love Rare Beauty. They're one of my favorite brands. But for me personally, I never use blotting sheets. I would rather just go in with more powder if I felt the need to. I just feel like, I know that people with oily skin love blotting sheets, but for me, I have really dry skin, so I don't feel the need to buy blotting sheets. Personally, when my oils peek throughout the day, I think my skin looks nice like that with a little bit of like oiliness to it since my skin is so dry. So I just don't see the need to buy blotting sheets. This is, I believe, refillable, which is cool. That is a cool concept. And you do get like a little power puff, but honestly, if I bought this, I would never use it. So it just doesn't make sense for me to purchase it. I don't think a lot of people with dry skin are ever going to purchase blotting sheets. I mean, let's be real here. This next product, I really wanted to purchase this. I'm not gonna lie. This is the Tatcha, the Silk Powder Protective Setting Powder, and here's the reason that I didn't. I was reading the reviews when it first launched, and a lot of people who are very fair said that the color of this powder is too yellow, so when they put it on their skin it made their face yellow, and that tends to happen a lot with me and powders. I can't use colored powders, they have to be translucent, so I didn't want to risk spending the money. I did look at it in store and it did look pretty yellow, and I just knew that it wouldn't look good on my skin, so I'm gonna have to pass on this. I've heard really great things about this powder otherwise, and I do love Tatcha as a brand too, and like I said, I really did want to buy this, but I just knew that the color, it would not look good on me. I just knew it was going to turn my face yellow, so I had to pass on this. Now this is a popular one that a lot of influencers use. This is the Dior Air Flash Spray Foundation. Now let me explain. I have never tried anything from Dior, so I don't know how good their products are, I'll be honest. But when I saw that this was a spray, to me, I look at that and I just feel like it would be messy. I would rather have a liquid or a stick or a powder foundation. I would rather not have to spray something on my face unless it's a setting spray or a primer spray. And being that this isn't a can, I feel like it could leak. It might not be travel friendly. I don't know. This doesn't give me the vibe that I want in a foundation. I do like that the bottle, or at least I'm pretty sure that the bottle changes colors, like the color of the shade is what the outside of the bottle looks like. But for me, I just think having a foundation that you can spray onto your face, like, I think that's too bougie for me, dare I say it. Like, I really don't see the point. I guess it's nice because you don't have to apply like the foundation to your fingertips and then dot it on your face. I do think that's cool, but personally for me, if I don't want to put foundation on my fingers, I could just apply it from the pump straight to my face or just straight onto my brush or my beauty blender and go ahead and pounce it in. So I don't know, I just feel like a spray would be really messy. I'm sure you have to hold it like really close to your face, because if you hold it far away, I'm sure like it's going to spray everywhere. It probably gets in your hair. So I don't like things that are messy. I like things that are very simple. So for me, I'm gonna have to say no to this one. These next ones are from Charlotte Tilbury. This is their Eyes to Mesmerize. These look like they are a potted shadow eyeshadow that you put on your eyelids. Now, I don't really care for potted eyeshadows. If I'm gonna buy an eyeshadow product, it's gonna be a palette. I mean, that's just me. I can get my money's worth out of a whole palette versus one single eyeshadow that costs as much as a palette with, 20 shades in it. So I don't really like potted eyeshadows. I think, the idea behind them is cool and everything. And, if they work for you, good, you keep using them. But for me, I just feel like they're kind of a waste of money, because you could get a shimmer or a glitter in an eyeshadow palette versus in a pot that you're going to pay so much money for. And I know Charlotte Tilbury is a very expensive brand, and I do really like their setting powder, but this is $32 for this little pot of like a shimmer cream eyeshadow, and to me it's just like, what's the point? I could just buy an eyeshadow topper, you know what I mean? So for me, I am not going to be purchasing this. The next thing we have here, this is the brand new Urban Decay Mini Naked 3 palette. Now, if you have the original Naked 3, you definitely don't need to get this. I think the only pro to this is how small it is. It's probably really good for travel. But looking at this color story, I mean, it's boring. Like, I'm going to be honest, there's nothing to it. It's really boring. And to be honest, I'm really not a fan of Urban Decay's palettes. I do have all their Naked palettes, but I can tell you, since I bought them, I have rarely used them because I have so many other eyeshadow palettes that I love more and have way more pigment. This is just very basic, and I'm not saying that I don't love basic makeup. I truly do, and I don't want anybody to take offense to that if you do use this product, because if you use it, it works for you, girl, keep using it. But for me, I just feel like you can't create a lot of looks with this. You can create one look with this and that's about it. So, for me, I would rather have a palette that I can create multiple different looks with. So that's why I won't be purchasing this. Next, we have the Soul Body. These are the body bronzers. And let me tell you something. I don't understand body bronzers. Like, okay, if I'm going to put a bronzer on my body, I expect it not to transfer to my clothes. And that's just not the case with a lot of these body bronzers. If you're going to be wearing white clothing, or just any clothing in general, it's going to get on your clothing and transfer. And nobody has time to powder their whole body, right? Because it's going to take away that nice sheen and glow from the body bronzer. I just don't see the point in these. I think they're pointless. Why would I put something on my body for it to get all over my clothes? It just doesn't make sense. It's really a messy technique if you ask me. Unless it's transfer proof. If it's transfer proof, that's one thing, I guess. But I'm very fair, so I don't plan to ever use body bronzers. I just don't think they would look good for me, and it would just be obvious that I had a body bronzer on just from how fair my skin is. But yeah, I don't see the point in body bronzers just because they're gonna transfer to your clothes anyway, and then like, what if they stain your clothes and you can't get it out and then your clothes are ruined? Like, I really can't get behind that. But if one is transfer proof, maybe I would be more inclined and feel differently than what I'm feeling now. But as for this product, I'm gonna have to pass. This next product is from Hourglass. This is their single eyeshadow palette. So this is a single eyeshadow palette and you can pick like the different single eyeshadows that you want in your own palette. I think that's great. I love that idea. Let the people pick what colors they want, okay? Because sometimes we buy palettes and there's colors in there we'll never touch. So I do like that idea that you could pick your own eyeshadows. But the problem here is these pans are so small. I really don't think you're getting the most for your money. You know, Hourglass is a very expensive brand. I like Hourglass. I use their products. But for me, I don't know that I really think their eyeshadows are that good. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not the best eyeshadow products I've ever used. And yeah, just the pan size for me, like I would rather have a big pan size with a color that I actually like and enjoy versus a very small pan size for a color that I'm not even gonna use. So I had to pass on this. If the eyeshadow pans were bigger and there was more color shown than just these ones in this photo, maybe I would be more inclined, but like the colors in this photo, they don't even appeal to me, to be honest. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on this as well. This next product, first of all, I wanna say I love ColourPop, but this I have questions about. So this is their Vibrant Summer, their new Neon Electric palettes. So you do get 5 shades in here, and here's what I want to know. They're advertising this as a neon product, but you get 1 neon shade in this. Like, what is the point? That doesn't make any sense. If I am buying a neon palette, I want all the colors to be neon, right? Like, who just wants 1 neon palette? And the packaging is neon, which is great, but I feel like this is almost like, I don't want to say false advertising, but I wish it was more clear when it first, was advertised, because I think people were buying this with the intention of having all neon shades, and then they open the palette and it's just 1 neon shade. Like, I'd rather buy a palette with all neon shades. So I don't understand this, and I'm gonna have to pass on this. Again, this next one, this is from Makeup Revolution. This is body foundation. Why do body foundations exist? I don't understand. I know that some people get, body acne. We all get it. Don't lie. We all get it. But I don't really know who's going to the end of the world to cover up body acne when we have clothes that cover it up for us. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that people want to wear body foundation like here, on their neck or on their collarbones and stuff. But again, for me, I don't want to wear them because 1, I'm too fair. And again, the transfer to clothes, I can't get past that. And since this is a foundation, I'm wondering, does this have to be set? Because who has time to sit there and put body foundation on and then go in and set and powder your whole body? Like, to me, that's just crazy. That's just too much time. It's too much work. And yeah, I can't get behind the whole body foundation and like the body tints and stuff like that. This next collection, this is from Urban Decay. This is their collaboration with Prince. Now, when I look at this collection, it doesn't speak to me. It doesn't call my name. It doesn't make me feel a type of way. It's just not something that I'm interested in. Looking at this color scheme, I feel like you can't really make looks with this. But I do want to say that I think if you're going to purchase this, I think this is more of a collector's item. This is not a product that I would use on a regular or daily or even a weekly basis, even monthly. I would not be using this. This is more to me a collector's item, and I do buy stuff to collect, but this palette and just this collection, I don't know, it's not doing it for me. So I didn't feel the need to spend the money on it. I think it's cool that they did collaborate with Prince, and a lot of people were really all over that. But for me, I just feel like they could have done something different, or they just could have done something better with this collection. I just feel like it's very minimal, and I think that they really could have done other things to make this collection better. Next, we have the KKW. These are their eye contour duos. Now, I don't really understand eye contours. So what I personally do is if I just want like a color in the crease, I'll use whatever bronzer I used on my face and put that in the crease for like an eye contour. I don't think you need to go out and specifically buy these eyeshadows for contouring your eyelids when you could just use the bronzer that you have at home. That's what I do. It works for me. I just feel like products like these, I just think they're so pointless. Like, you can use whatever eyeshadow or bronzers you already have at home versus going out and buying this. And for 2 shades, I don't know. I just feel like I would rather buy something that has 10 plus shades versus just 2 shades. I just feel like if you're paying for the brand, which isn't always very cheap, I would have higher expectations for what I'm putting my money towards. And to me, this just seems very simple, very basic. And yeah, like I said, I would rather use my bronzer or just any brown eyeshadow that I have already, and it's gonna do the exact same thing that this is gonna do. This next product, this is from Fenty Beauty, and I love Fenty Beauty, but what the hell is the point of this? So this is a lip gloss, right, that you hook to your pants. Now, let me just be honest. I am not going to remember to ever hook this to my pants, right? If I'm going out the door, do you think I'm going to be like, oh, I gotta go get my lip gloss, I gotta hook it to my belt loop? Absolutely not. I just feel like, who wants things hanging from their pants in the first place? I know a lot of us women don't. Maybe it's different for men, but honestly, no. The idea of this is just no. If I want a lip gloss, I would rather it be a lip gloss with an applicator. This, you'd have to put your finger in, so you would be contaminating it by putting your finger in it. So to me, it's just not very hygienic, and like I said, the clip, Fenty, why? Like, why did you do that? No. Please don't do that again, thank you. This next palette, this is from Stila. This is their Camouflage Beauty palette. Again, looking at this palette, it's just not tones that I feel you could create a bunch of looks with. That's something I look for when I am looking at eyeshadow palettes. I look at the palette and I think, how many shades can I use to make all these different eyeshadow looks? And this is just, you can't really make nothing out of this, okay? I think the shimmers look really pretty and they probably are promising, but, and like, it looks like I think you only get like 3 matte shades in here. Listen, I would rather have more matte shades than shimmer shades. If I'm being honest, it's just me. And this has 3 matte shades and 5 shimmer shades. And honestly, I just don't think you need that many shimmer shades in a palette that only has 3 matte shades. Let's be real here. This next product, this is a collaboration with MAC Cosmetics. And these are some lipsticks. I think the packaging is super cute, not gonna lie. But looking at these, I'm not really a fan of bullet lipsticks, to be honest. I like to use lipsticks that have an applicator, probably just because of my lip piercing. I just think it's easier to work with. But looking at these colors, I like nude lip colors or like nude pink or nude brown, stuff like that. These lip colors just aren't calling my name. I don't think that I can pull off a red color because I'm so fair, and just some of the coral orangey colors, I don't think that they would look good on me. So why would I buy a lipstick if I don't think it's gonna look good on me, right? So I'm gonna pass on this. This next product here, this is an Easter collaboration, or a collab that came out around Easter. This is called the Peeps Hip Dot. Now looking at this, first of all, I don't even like Peeps, so there's that. And second, what look are you going to create with this? I mean, come on. This is just, no. Absolutely not. This is not good. These colors, no. I'm just gonna leave that there. No. Next we have, this is a BioPure Beauty Blender from Beauty Blender. Now, I think that this is really cool that this is 60% plant-based. However, I don't buy Beauty Blender anymore, at least not their sponges. I would buy from the brand, but I have so many sponges from the drugstore that are so affordable and so much better and last longer than my Beauty Blenders. So I don't buy Beauty Blenders anymore from the brand Beauty Blender, but I do like that this is plant-based, so that'll be good for a lot of people who want that. But for me, there's no point in me buying this when I have so many sponges that are a lot cheaper and do the same thing, if not better. Next, this is from BH Cosmetics, and I love BH Cosmetics, but I have one question and one question only. Why are we still making colored highlighters? Like, I really thought after Anastasia made their color highlighter palette that brands were going to stop doing this. And honestly, first of all, if you buy a palette like this, these colors are not going to work on every skin tone. You might be lucky to wear one of the colors out of the whole palette, but nope. I do not like colored highlighters anymore. I used to growing up, but not anymore. They're not in trend. I mean, what color are you gonna wear out? You know what I mean? It's not natural. Like, people are gonna be able to tell you have blue highlighter on or purple highlighter and stuff like that. I'm okay with like pink and gold highlighters, but like these funky color highlighters, absolutely not. No ma'am. And lastly, we have from MAC Cosmetics, this is their Bio Brilliant Glitter Eyeshadow Palette. Now let me tell you something. If I'm buying an eyeshadow palette, as I have already stated, I would like it to have both matte and shimmer. First off, this one only has shimmer glitter, and this to me just isn't convenient because you're gonna have to go into another eyeshadow palette for matte shades. And why would I do that? You know, I'm all for convenience, especially when it comes to makeup. So if I'm gonna have to go into another palette, I probably am not gonna buy the eyeshadow palette if I'm being honest. And this, I don't know, I guess for people who maybe don't use matte eyeshadows and just like shimmers, like, you know, all over the lid, that's fine. But for me personally, I don't just put glitters or shimmers on my eyelid unless I have a matte crease color or, you know, a matte color on the outer corner. Like I have to have matte shadows on my eyelids for me to put a glitter or a shimmer eyeshadow on, you know? Like I would never get any use out of this, so of course I have to pass on it. So yeah, guys, I know that that comes off a type of way, and this video is not meant to be rude or degrading to these brands. I use products from these brands. I don't have problems with these brands. It's just these specific products I know that I wouldn't like, and I know that they would not work for me, so, you know, why would I spend the money on that? And I'm sure it's the same for you. Why would you buy something that you know you're never going to use, or, you know, isn't going to work for you or your skin type or whatever you're into? So yeah, these are the products that I can't get behind. I just can't. I'm gonna leave it at that. These are products you will not see me buying. I will never use them, but I am excited to see what these brands' upcoming launches will be, you know, for the year. So I'm excited for that. Let me know down in the comments below if there's any products that you would never purchase. I would love to hear your thoughts and, you know, talk about it with you. And also let me know what products you plan on buying. I could do a video like that too. Let me know in the comments below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and turn on your notification bell so you're notified every time I upload, and check out my Instagram and my TikTok. They are down below in the description bar, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!